Hello and welcome to this new Kerbal Space Program Reborn video. This is the 22nd episode and today's goal are us launching Mosino 1 today. We have a lot to do today, so let's get right into it. So on top of the Mosino 1 mission, we are launching our Psych 2 mission to dock to the Cosmonautica or space station to relieve the Psych 1 crew. After their 180-day stay in orbit, we are happy to finally relieve them and bring them back to Earth. So as you can see right now, the first things I've did is add a few new missions to our alarm clock, including Hopper 4, a Cosmonautica extension, which will make our space station larger and more capable with more docking ports, etc. But also a new lunar program, and more. But for now, our first goal was to launch our Mosino 1 rocket, which we have built in the previous episode if you remember. I've made a little tweak here and there, but other than that, it was completely flawless. And there we have liftoff. So next to us visiting Venus, a little than a year later now, we are now visiting the red planet Mars. So this is unlike the Venus program though, since this mission is not meant to come back and it's not equipped with any heat shield or anything sort of that, as that space that we now had empty was used for extra storage for experiments or other stuff that was valuable to us. Because the Martian planet obviously is theorized to have hold life there, and so we obviously need more space for experiments there. For Mosino 2 though, this might look different because we might actually return that capsule, but we don't know yet since it's still in the far future. Although Mosino 1 and Venus 1 share something together in the end. Both will touch the atmosphere. Yes, Mosino 1 will graze the Martian atmosphere by the slightest bit, collecting valuable data from it to improve future Martian missions, potentially crewed as well, which is a huge milestone not for a trouble kind, but also for our whole space program. And once we've gotten our trajectory set, it was now time preparing for our Psych 2 mission. I've made some changes here and there, with some notable ones being that we now have extractable solar panels, as well as us having the material study experiment now on board. This is to help us again research Earth and especially conclude experiments while in orbit of the Earth over a period of long time. So with that new equipment, I checked the current position of the Cosmonautica and went ahead with the launch. So Psych 2 was carrying Valentina and Bill Kerman, pilot and engineer, relieving the Psych 1 crew after their 180-day stay on the Cosmonautica, which we will also see shortly after Psych 2's docking of Psych 1 undocking, and them therefore re-entering the Earth hopefully safely. And as we got closer to Kermanautica, you may have noticed that we are not having a scientist on our Psych 2 missions, which means that we won't be able to transmit or produce science any time until Psych 3's arrival eventually. But this was planned because at that moment of time we were training new scientists and therefore had no current one available for this mission right now. So here's our docking attempt already, and as you can see it went absolutely perfectly after trying a few times. And now that means both docking ports of the Kermanautica were occupied, which is a massive success because for the first time a total of 4 Kermanauts have been in space for the same time and have actually met in space. We did our last science experiment transmission because we knew that we couldn't after Psych's one scientist had to leave to go back to Earth. And shortly after we have undocked Psych 1. This means Bob Kerman and Kelmo Kerman are now on the way back home using their 4 ant engines attached to the sides of the capsule, which are very small but very effective in orbit, or in the vacuum in general. As you can see on the bottom left, we did end up having a small performance issue due to overheat on one of the engines, but that was completely fine since this was like a first time tryout and we didn't expect it to work flawless the whole entire return. So as you can see, the re-entry itself went flawless and we could therefore perform a safe splashdown maneuver after deploying the parachutes. And I've noticed I can still collect a surface sample from that spot, so I did exactly that and we're ready to wrap it up for today. So thank you guys for watching and I hope I'll see you guys next episode. Bye bye.